All right, so we're here tonight with Greg Zimmerman, one of the four finalists for the APL championship this year. Got a nice shirt on there. And what are you drinking tonight?
This is a Tin Whiskers Pearson's Mint Patty Imperial Stout. We're going off the board at 11 4/10%.
Oof.
And it's heavy. It's very heavy.
Is it delicious?
It's a full-bodied beer, I'm going to tell you.
Nice.
Yeah, it's okay.
Nice. All right. So we got to start with the draft. You drafted 19 players like everybody else.
Yep, right? So that was a good start. 19, filled the roster.
Right. 19. Most of them could walk this year. It's good.
Yep.
So 6 of those 19 are still on your roster right now. So is this really a statement to show that in-season management is the key to success in fantasy season?
I think it's more of a statement to show that I can't put together a decent draft more than anything. And I haven't had a first selection pan out or play more than like 10 games in more than a decade. So when you're used to that, you do get better at managing your team within the season. You get experience and are able to make the bold moves like dropping Justin Jefferson, spending $10 on a kicker and then dropping him in the same week, or splurging $58 on Drew Lock, dropping Melvin Gordon just before the playoffs. So, yeah, I've got experience in managing my team in the season.
Nice. It sounds successful. So when I look at your season, I define it in 3 segments. Segment 1 is called DAC. It was a 4-1 record. Kind of ridiculous point totals, a couple like really high weeks in there. How much fun was it?
That was a lot of fun. A couple weeks, the texts were going off and people asking, what's the record for this and what's the record for that? And so, yeah, I mean, the point of APL is to have fun, and that was pretty cool. So, but we all know that came to a halt very quickly.
Yeah. Did you send him a get well card?
No. No, I was expecting something from him.
Did you send him a fuck you card?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I didn't, but I don't know. Does it make you a bad person if I was watching the game when his ankle went like perpendicular, and I don't know. Does it make you a bad person if you're pissed off because it hurts your fantasy football team?
I don't think so.
That's
a normal reaction.
Good. That's good because that's how I felt. I felt really bad for myself.
So we move from the DAC 4-1 segment into the QB Wasteland segment 2. Yep. It's an 0-4 record, and of those 4 weeks, didn't top 900 points anywhere in there. Yep. How low did things get during this span?
Well, not as low as you think. I actually did have kind of a plan. We were able to have enough of a cushion there, so the goal kind of changed to just make sure you get in. So I kind of strung it out as long as I could with the idea in mind to trade for a quarterback. Once some teams fell out of the race and didn't want to do it too early and have that guy die. So I figured I'd let him die on other people's rosters and then decide who was the best target to go after, and did that, I think, at the right time. So no, I think I had a plan during that time to hang on, and it got a little closer than I thought it might at the end, but it worked out.
It worked out. So segment 3 I call Rogers. It's a 3-1 record. Some really nice point totals. You kind of hate that guy. But what was the run like to make the playoffs? Yeah,
I mean, you hate him less when he's on your team, and I mean he's rock solid. Throws a bunch of touchdowns and is pretty reliable. So you can't win in this league without a really good quarterback. So we week 5 through 12 for show around here, and week 13 through 17 for dough.
That's right.
That's right. Yep.
So no hesitation at all dealing for the Packer quarterback.
No, he's really good.
Do you still hate him as much as you did before?
Less
now. Nice.
But we'll see. That could change next week.
Could change this week a little bit. Yep. So by now we've all heard of your tight end, Mr. Darren Waller. Yep. He now holds the record for most tight end points in a single game. So can you talk about the skill required to properly assess his skill set and target him with one of your fourth round picks?
Well, I'll try to dumb it down for your audience, but basically I spend, most of my time that I'm awake and sometime while I'm asleep, thinking and analyzing and fantasizing about tight ends, in a lot of detail. And then when I'm not doing that, I do try to put some thought into football players and my APL team. So, but he was looking at his 2019, he was just really consistent. We had him as our number 3 tight end on our board. This year he's been a little more boom or bust, but those booms have been a lot of fun. And with him on our team, we feel like we can go up against the Kelseys of the league and still have a chance against those guys. And a chance against the Gronkowskis too. He's tough.
Pretty tough. Totally worth a second round pick, I think.
Yeah. So we felt good to get him in the 4th.
Nice. So I was sent a screenshot of a message with Tank where you mentioned you were white hot coming into the playoffs. So how much confidence do you have in this squad?
Very little. I don't know if you would. I probably shouldn't even be in the playoffs, to be honest with you. So it's fun to talk trash and talk shit, but I mean, if we're being honest here, no, I don't think this team's very good.
All right, so there's still some votes left to tally, but right now your team name is in the running for the best team name in the league this season. So, I know it was back in August, but can you walk us through the comment and how that has really become a theme for your season?
Oh yeah, for sure. It's really been kind of a rallying cry. I think some of the other owners in the league don't really think I know what the fuck I'm doing a lot of times. And so that was a way to point out that I do have some of the best players in APL, and Darren Waller's at the top of that list. And we've really been doubted since day one. But Dak Prescott, now Aaron Rodgers, Aaron Jones, T.Y. Hilton, maybe you've heard of these guys. But really it stemmed from getting snubbed by Marnie Gellner and Nicole Burns, a couple weeks before that. You can say we've been playing with a little bit of a chip on our shoulder all year. So that's kind of where that comes from. But mostly it was just because I knew it would make Kevin laugh, and that's really what I'm in this for.
All right, so kicker. This used to be your area of expertise. Like you were known for the kicking game. Mm-hmm. Usually had 2 kickers, usually like 2 of the best kickers. Mm-hmm. This season you're getting the 3rd least points total from your kicker. What's changed? Have you lost your touch?
Wow. Well, if we take a look, my kicker right now is Jason Sanders, and he is currently the 2nd highest point totaling place kicker in our league. So I don't know if you want to ask that question again, but we're going to be just fine at the kicker position.
Be good. So you made some course corrections throughout the season to maybe cover up something that might have happened earlier.
Yeah, we're gonna end up being just fine at kicker, like always. That's not where we're gonna lose.
So you square off against War Daddy this week. Anything you enjoy about facing Solomon and his management style?
Oh yeah, a lot of respect there. He always puts together a really good team. You never see him get rattled at the draft or in the season. He puts a lot of thought into all of his picks, 1 through 19, and seems to have a plan in place. And he's always been a good sportsman and pulls for. We pull for each other even when we're playing each other. So he's a lot of fun. And mostly, he's just sexy as hell.
Ooh, I agree. Nice. Anybody on his team keep you up at night?
No, we're not afraid of him or anybody on his team. So no, his team doesn't keep me up at night. Nice. An itchy bush and a fear of dying alone keep me up at night, but nobody on his fucking team.
So what do your matchups look like this week? Who's going to light it up? Anything you're concerned about?
Yeah. Shitload of concerns here. We've got some plus matchups, but we might not have a second running back. Mostert had an MRI on Monday. Fucking Gaskin's got COVID. So my wideouts are pretty trashy. I don't think I've put up more than 100 points combined on defense, maybe once this year. So those are concerns. I don't have a lot of faith that Solomon's kicker is going to set a record for negative points this week. I doubt any of his players are going to eat bad fish in the fucking pregame meal and get diarrhea in the first quarter and have to leave the fucking game. So we're probably going to have to earn it a little bit more this week.
Mm-hmm.
But if my big knockers knock, we'll have a chance. And it's like my grandma always said, you can drive it or milk it.
So do you have a message for Solomon or anybody else in the league?
For all the other owners in the league, in all seriousness, it's been a real pleasure to have our APL league going this year. The chatter and this stuff and the text. It's a really cool way to keep us connected throughout the year, and we needed it this year more than ever. So I really do seriously appreciate it, and it's been a lot of fun. So cheers to everybody. And as far as Solomon, specifically with our semifinal matchup coming up, I can't wait to see the look on his face as he's cheering for his Packers, his beloved Packers, knowing that every time Rodgers and Jones light it up or break off a big chunk and score 6 touchdowns and put up 600 combined points, that his dreams of an APL trophy are going up in smoke. And he's the one that's going to have to look himself in the fucking mirror and realize he's the one that didn't have faith in his own Packers to deliver the goods. And so I'm really looking forward to that. And then looking forward, we're not afraid to look past players or teams. We look forward to the next weeks. And Kevin better hope I don't get by solo this week, because I've got a lot of trash talk GIFs and dick pics queued up for him if I've got to go through that for a week. So we're prepared for the next 3 weeks, that's for sure.
Nice. Sounds good. All right.